Hey everybody, it's Liz. I'm here today to share a short tutorial with you on how to make these pretty canvas flowers. I've just been on a flower making spree lately because it seems every project I'm making, I don't have flowers to match, so I've been having to make my own. And I can't take all the credit for this one. I did see this tutorial on a blog called Moments of Tranquility, but I did make a few changes and added a couple of steps just to make it my own and to fit my needs. So these are the flowers that I made. And these are all made out of canvas, just regular canvas. You can buy it like Joann's or Hobby Lobby. This one was sprayed with Lindy's Starburst spray in Cotton Candy Pink. And then I just added a pearl bead in the center, really pretty. Oh, and I did apply acrylic paint to the edges, just to soften the look a bit. Okay, this one here is, I used Glimmer Mist. I used Tattered Angels. And again, just a flat back pearl in the center. Okay, and this one is one of my favorites. This is a two-tone flower that I made. Again, just using plain canvas. And I used the Starburst spray here. This was a bit of bubbly, and the middle part is fuzzy navel peach. And I used a ribbon buckle center and a flat back pearl for the flower center. I really like the way this one came out. It's really pretty. And this is one of the reasons I like these flowers. You can add whatever center you want to it and just change the look of it. This one here is just a simple canvas that I stamped using a music sheet stamp that I have. And you can do that with the canvas, which is really cool. You can basically use any stamps that you want. Just make sure that you use something that's waterproof, like Memento ink. That way, because there's a step where you're going to use water, and so that way it doesn't run. So, and that is a brad that I just cut off the prongs to add to the center. And like I said, you can just add whatever center you want to these. This one is one of my favorites as well. And this is a printed canvas. And this was basically look like this. It's just a printed canvas. And I just used a bunch of beads for the center. I really like the way this one came out. It's really pretty. Okay, well, these are the flowers I'm going to be showing you how to make. So I'm going to put these to the side and we could start our tutorial. You're basically going to start off with just any canvas, just a sheet of canvas like this, okay? You want to use a fabric stiffener. I used Crafter's Pick, and you're just going to basically brush the fabric stiffener onto the canvas on both sides, okay? For the sake of the video, I'm not going to do that step. You have to let it dry, either overnight or use your heat tool, but make sure you don't burn the canvas. It will burn, so you have to be very careful. Okay, I have one that's ready here. Here's what the canvas is going to look like. It's nice and stiff. Okay, then what I used my die, my Tim Holtz Tattered Florals die, and you're going to basically die cut 3 of the big flowers, 3 of this medium flower, and 1 of the little flowers here. Okay, so you run that through your machine. I used my Big Shot. So basically you're going to be left with these guys here. You're going to have 3 of the big ones, like I said, 3 of the medium ones, and a little one. The next step that you're going to do is you're going to take each of the flowers, and I've already done into the rest of them, but what you're going to do is you take your fingernail and you're just going to fray the edges, just like I'm doing here. You're going to do that to every single petal. Okay, and I've already done it to the other ones just for the sake of the video, because this is probably the most time-consuming part of the tutorial. So you just go ahead, and I think you can use scissors too if you want, or your distress tool. I just find it easier to use my fingernail. That way I can, fray it as much as I want or as little as I want. So I do that to all my edges. Okay, so that one's done. They're all done. Oh, I got one more petal here. Alright, once that's done, with the middle petals, you're going to want to cut slits in between each petal. And just don't cut all the way to the center. You just want to cut a slit in between, like so. And like I said, you don't need to go all the way to the center. Okay. And I've already done that to the other 2 petals. And you only want to do this to the medium one. You don't need to do it for the other ones. Alright, once that is done, you've cut the slits, this is when you can either use you know, your distress stains, your Lindy's, or your Glimmer mist, or leave them plain, whatever you like. For this one, I'm going to leave it plain because I do like the look of this canvas. This is the natural canvas. I do like the look of it, so I'm going to leave it plain. Okay, the next step is to take your glue gun and you are just going to basically stagger the petals. Going to layer it here. You want to stagger the petals, oops, like I said. Okay. And make sure you press on that. I'm sorry if I'm off camera. It's my first tutorial. Alright, so I'm going to apply a little bit of glue there. Again, staggering the petals. Okay, almost done. A couple more. There we are. And don't worry about the little glue strings. You can get rid of those later. Oh, there we go. And these are really pretty. And like I said, you can make them any way you want. Use any color you want to match your projects. Use any center you want. I really like the way these come out. This is my last one. Okay, for this one, I'm going to skip this little guy just because I'm going to use that ribbon buckle, the one that I showed you, the ribbon buckle with the pearl. If you use the little one, it's not going to fit. But for other centers like these pearl beads and some of the brads, then you can use the little guy. Okay, but for this one, I am going to leave him off. So, actually, you know what? I skipped a step. Sorry, guys. After you have glued all the petals together, you are going to want to spray this with water. And I have my little mini mister. And just go ahead and spray them all over. I like to lift the petals just to get water all in there. And what's going to happen is the water will reactivate the fabric stiffener that we used. Alright, now this is the fun part. You take this thing and you could ball it up. Okay. What I like to do too is I like to just scrunch up all the petals and just manipulate it the way you want it to look. Lift the petals up a bit. Okay. You just want to scrunch up all the petals, shape it the way that you want it to look. So it could start taking that flower shape. And it actually looks really realistic. Okay, some of the petals you want to push them down, some of them you want to bend, you know, towards the center, however you want it to look. I open this up a little bit just so I can have enough room for, you know, that flower center, the ribbon buckle. Okay, so there we go. Like I said, you just play with it. And there we have it. We got a little flower. Sorry, looks like I was off camera. But that's basically what it's going to look like. And again, while it's still wet, you can play with it a little. Bend the petals back to the center. Okay, and then you're going to take your heat tool and you're going to dry this or let it dry on its own. And at the end, you adhere your center. So I'm going to use my glue gun and that'll be my center. And that's it. Pretty simple. So again, very easy to do. And that's what it'll look like. I'm running out of time, so that's why I'm trying to hurry. But again, you can use any stain, glimmer mist, whatever you like, paint, ink the edges, and use any center you want. These are beautiful. I really like them. I hope you guys enjoy my video, and you guys should try these. These are really fun. See you next time.